You don't just think, you replay. Not once, not twice, but over and over again. Conversations from hours ago, moments that already ended, tiny details that no one else even noticed. You go back to what you said, the exact words, the tone, the timing, and then you start adjusting it in your head. You imagine a better version, a cleaner version, a version where you sounded smarter, calmer, more confident, and then another version, and another, until the original moment doesn't even feel real anymore. It just feels like something you're still trying to fix. Even when nothing is happening, your mind doesn't slow down. It searches, it scans, it keeps asking quiet questions in the background. What did that mean? Why did they say it like that? Did I miss something? And the strange part is, you're aware of it. You know you're thinking too much. You know it's exhausting, but stopping it doesn't feel simple because it doesn't feel like a bad habit. It feels like something you need to do. Like if you stop thinking, you might miss something important, something that could go wrong. So you keep going. Not because you want to, but because part of you feels like you have to. And over time, this becomes normal. You become the person who thinks too much, the one who pauses before speaking, the one who rechecks messages, the one who notices everything and questions all of it. You start to live more in your head than in the actual moment. And slowly, you begin to trust your thoughts less, but depend on them more. It feels like a contradiction, but it isn't. Because underneath all of this, there's something deeper happening, something your brain is doing on purpose, even if you don't realize it. Your brain doesn't create patterns like this for no reason. It doesn't waste this much energy without a purpose. From a psychological perspective, anything that repeats this consistently is being reinforced. That means, at some point, this way of thinking helped you. It protected you. Maybe not in a big, obvious way, but in small moments. Moments where thinking ahead saved you from embarrassment. Moments where analyzing helped you avoid saying the wrong thing. Moments where being careful kept you from being judged or misunderstood. Your brain remembers those moments, not as clear memories, but as signals, warnings. And your brain doesn't wait for those things to happen again. It tries to stay ahead of them. It predicts. This is something called predictive processing. Your brain is constantly running simulations, quietly asking what could go wrong next, not because it wants to scare you, but because it wants to prepare you. Because in its logic, being prepared means being safe. And overthinking is what happens when that system becomes too active, too sensitive, too alert. Imagine your mind like a security system. At first, it only reacts when something actually goes wrong, but over time, it becomes more sensitive. It starts reacting to smaller signals, a noise, a shadow, a slight movement. Eventually, it starts reacting to things that aren't even threats. That's where you are now. Your mind is reacting not just to reality, but to possibilities, and it treats those possibilities like they're real. So when you replay a conversation, you're not just thinking, you're simulating, testing outcomes, trying to find the version where nothing goes wrong. But here's the problem. There is no version like that, because life doesn't work that way. There's always uncertainty, always variables you can't control. And your brain doesn't like that. It tries to solve it, to eliminate it, but it can't. So it keeps thinking and thinking and thinking, not because it's broken, but because it hasn't learned when to stop. Because no one taught it that. No one showed it that not every situation needs to be analyzed this deeply, that not every mistake leads to something bad, that not every uncertainty is dangerous. So it continues, doing what it believes is necessary, protecting you, even if it exhausts you. And this is where things start to shift, because once you see this clearly, you stop fighting your mind, you stop treating it like the enemy, and you start understanding it. And when you understand something, you can change your relationship with it. The next time the loop starts, you don't have to push it away. You don't have to silence it. Just notice it. Pause for a moment and recognize what's happening. Instead of saying, "I'm overthinking," say something different. Say, "This is my brain trying to protect me." That small change matters more than it seems, because now you're not lost inside the thought anymore. You're looking at it from the outside, and that creates space between you and the loop. And in that space, you can ask a better question. Not what went wrong, not what you should have said, but something deeper. What am I actually afraid of right now? Because every loop is built around a fear. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's hidden, but it's always there. Maybe you're afraid of being judged. Maybe you're afraid of being rejected. Maybe you're afraid of being misunderstood or seen in a way that doesn't match who you want to be. When you find that fear, everything changes, because now you're not dealing with endless thoughts, you're dealing with one clear emotion. And emotions are easier to face than confusion. Then take it one step further. Your mind will keep asking, "What if this goes wrong?" So give it a different direction. Ask, "How likely is this really?" Because your brain has a habit. It takes low probability outcomes and treats them like they're guaranteed. That's why everything feels so intense, so certain. But when you bring in reality, when you look at actual patterns, things shift. You realize most of the things you worry about don't happen the way you imagine, and even when they do, they're not as bad as your mind predicted. This is how you slowly retrain the system, not by forcing it to stop, but by giving it better information. And then comes the part that feels uncomfortable. You stop trying to be perfect, not at once, just in small ways. You send the message without checking it 5 times. You say what you mean without editing every word. You allow small imperfections to exist, and then you leave them alone. You don't go back. You don't fix them. You let them stay exactly as they are. At first, this feels wrong. Your brain will resist it. It will tell you something is off, that you need to correct it, but you don't. And then something important happens. Nothing. Nothing goes wrong. No disaster, no rejection, no collapse. And your brain notices that. It updates, slowly, quietly. It starts to learn that imperfection is not dangerous, that you don't need to control everything to stay safe. And over time, this changes everything. Not instantly, not dramatically, but gradually. The loops become weaker, shorter, less intense. They don't disappear completely, but they stop controlling you, because your brain begins to trust something new. Not the thoughts, but you. Your ability to handle things, your ability to respond, even when you haven't prepared for every outcome. And that's the real shift. Not less thinking, but less fear behind the thinking. Because your mind was never the problem. It was just doing its job, trying to protect you in the only way it knew how. And now you're teaching it something better. That safety doesn't come from predicting everything. It comes from knowing you'll be okay even when you don't. And maybe that's enough. Not a perfect mind, not a silent mind, just a quieter one, a calmer one that doesn't feel like it has to solve everything before anything even happens. And when you reach that point, something subtle changes. You start living more in the moment and less in your head. You speak a little more freely. You think a little less before acting, not because you stopped caring, but because you stopped fearing every outcome. And in that space, you feel something you haven't felt in a while. Relief. Not because everything is certain, but because you no longer need it to be. And maybe that's what your mind was trying to find all along. Not control, not perfection, just a sense of safety. And now,
you're finally giving it a new way to feel that safety without needing to think this much.
And maybe nothing about you needed fixing, only understanding. Your mind was never trying to hurt you, it was trying to protect you the only way it knew how. And now you're showing it a different way, a quieter way, a lighter way, where you don't need to control everything to feel okay. And that is where peace begins.